bright ideas and an Oreo cookie. It's a bright idea to dunk it or to crunch it or unscrew.
Hello everybody and welcome back to Talking Cookies. I'm Charles Decker and I have the fortune to be joined by clarinetist and morning announcements director, Maya Stone. Maya, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing perfectly swell. So Maya, I hear you're a part of the winter concert. Can you tell me a little bit about your involvement?
So I play the clarinet, and this year we are playing 3 songs, just from some fun holiday tunes. But anyway, so we are playing a song called Havana Nights, which is actually the hardest piece we've ever put on for a winter concert.
Wow.
On This Day Earth Shall Ring, which I like it because I get a solo in that song, so I kind of enjoy that one. And then Atlas Rising, which is actually written by Carl Stroman, who he wrote for us last year, and he dedicated the song to us, and we decided to do another piece by him.
Can you fill everybody in case they don't know, a little bit about Carl Stroman and his connection to Mepham?
So Carl Stroman was a Mepham alumni. I'm not exactly sure on the year, but last year he wrote the song called A Walk in the Park for us, which I think a few years ago we tried to put it on, but because of COVID it never worked, and then he didn't find the right bit. He was like, he felt comfortable with doing it with us last year. So, and then he came and he conducted it for us. And then I'm not sure if he came to the winter concert, but I think he came to one of our dress rehearsals, or he came to, hear us play, which was a really cool experience.
That is a cool experience. So how long have you guys been working to put together this year's winter concert?
So I would say we start about October, but we really start just, like experimenting with different pieces, level of difficulty. So, and then once probably like mid-October hits, we really start to get more serious about it, and we narrow down which one we want to do. So, I would say it takes us about 2 months.
So earlier you were talking about a piece, Havana Nights, was it?
Yeah.
Havana Nights, and you were talking about how it was a bit more advanced. How was the process of learning that piece different compared to the usual pieces you learned?
I will say at first it definitely was not my cup of tea. But now, like, if you hear me in the hallway, I will be humming it, like, all day after band. Like, next period, like, we'll play it, and I'll just, have it stuck in my head all day. Like, wait, can you repeat the question?
Sure. So, how has your process changed learning Havana Nights compared to how you learn a typical piece?
So we actually got into it really quickly. Like, we got the first, like, page down, like, pat so much that at this point he's like, no, we're not even going to play the first page because it's like the part we know best, because it's the part we started with, it's the part we did for the longest time. But like, it was definitely a little bit of a curveball because there are some like hard like 16th note runs, which can be a little difficult if your fingers move that quick. So, which mine don't. So I'm still working on it, and I will be working on it this weekend. But it's definitely, like, we gotta, like, take it seriously and focus, because if we don't, we'll be in a million different spots, and it just will be very uncoordinated.
So a minute ago, you mentioned how originally this piece wasn't your cup of tea.
Yeah.
Well, right now, I wish we had a cup of milk, because it seems like you've prepared some cookies for us. Is it true that this is your grandma's recipe?
I wish I could say it was. Dana forgot to buy the cookies for our baking cookie segment, so... Dana, you forgot to buy the cookies.
What?
You forgot to buy the cookies.
That was your job.
We need cookies for the Talkin Cookies baking cookie segment, so we are gonna go but we're gonna make it seem like we baked them. Did you start it over again? Too bad. Okay, it's fine. Now it's away from the button. at Stop and Shop because we need cookies. So Dana directed us to the wrong parking lot.
No, I didn't.
So, we had to park in the other parking lot. And then, so now we're just walking because it's a longer walk.
Can we get Starbucks on our way back?
No. I'm not going to Starbucks. Why do you need coffee? You're a 13-year-old girl, 14-year-old girl. Yeah, 14-year-old.
No, we should do a time lapse of us like walking across the whole store looking for cookies.
What's wrong, Dana?
I want these.
Oh, well, I think you might have ruined them a little bit.
Are you blind?
Yeah.
You know what? No matter the recipe, where these cookies are from, we're not sure. No idea. They just showed up. They may or may not have been prepared. Let's dig in, though.
Okay.
Right? It's talking cookies. What better to do
Cheers.
than to talk with cookies?
Cookies. I will never say no to a good chocolate chip cookie.
Reminds me of Tate's. You know, I wish I could just lift up the plate and just pour all the cookies into my mouth right now. They're that good.
That could be the weather segment.
That could be. That could be a
it's
new
raining
weather bit.
cookies.
Yeah. So Maya, again, I just want to congratulate you for taking on this role, the morning announcements director. I mean, that's quite the tall order to take on. And looking at that specific job, you know, you are walking in the footsteps of giants. I mean, Sean McQuillan, Emily Yucht, they've held up the torch for B&B these past couple of years. How have you learned your methods from them?
So the last year I really so my role originally started as the crawl producer. So I was really always on the sideline writing that, working on that every week. But then last year when I became around campus producer, I really started to watch how Sean McQuillan ran the announcements, put it together. And then one week I finally asked him, I was like, can I work with you this weekend? Like, can you show me like how everything falls through? So after that, like I really got to learn his directing style, which was incredible because he's just got amazing work ethic, which I wish I have a really good work ethic, but like there's nothing like his. Like he is such a leader. Like I look up to him. I still ask him questions all the time. So
B&B would not be B&B without the people that came before us. So Maya, being morning announcements director, how has actually becoming the morning announcements director been different than what you thought it would be? Like, has there been any surprises?
Not really, because it was really not the same, but like when I started working with Q last year, like it's still the same motion, but this year it did become a lot more of a bigger thing because of the live segments that we do now. So we do, we do sports over there, we do weather on the other side. Like it's really cool to see how when you have a crew that knows what they're doing, like it's so much easier to get that show up and running rather than just me like trying to get everything done myself.
Yeah. Is there any one thing that you might want to put out there? It could be simple, it could be maybe not so simple, of something that you have set as a goal for the morning announcements this year, as whether it be an addition, a change, even if it's on the back end, if it's not something that people see out there.
Well, originally my goal was to get the scripts done script done earlier, get the graphics in a little earlier, which we're actually working on a way to get those graphics in earlier now. But now that I have another person helping me write the script, shout out to Michaela Dobby, we've been getting the scripts done Sunday night now rather than Monday night because then like we can, gives us time if we have to change stuff, add stuff, take out stuff, so it gives us a lot of like leeway.
Also, I'd like to apologize a little bit. I've been a bit of a culprit of turning in scripts a little close to when, we actually start filming. Yeah. So, how about that? This has been the first part of Talkin' Cookies with Maya Stone. Now, you're going to meet our second guest, Kim Nadler. Hello again, and welcome to the second part of this month's entry into the long-running Talkin' Cookies. As you've seen earlier on in this episode, we have a particular focus on the winter concert. And fortunately, I'm joined by Kim Nadler, a member of the band. Kim, can you fill everyone in on your role in this upcoming winter concert?
Yeah, so I play French horn, which is mainly, it's sort of a low brass instrument and mainly does background. But on one song we have, Havana Nights, I do have a solo for part of it.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Are there any, I guess even Havana Nights, would you like to mention a particular track that stands out to you as interesting and that you want the people to hear?
Yeah, so honestly, I think Havana Nights is probably my favorite. It's the longest song we're playing, and I think it does a really nice job featuring all the different sections of the band. It starts out with percussion and the saxophones, and then each instrument gets its own little feature as the song moves along, and then they all blend nicely together in the middle.
Yeah. So I spoke earlier with Maya about how this is a bit more of an advanced track. How long have you guys been practicing and working on this performance?
So Havana Nights, we started last year as a sight reading piece, but never really got too far in it. So we practiced it a little bit last year and then kind of just put it aside. And then we picked it up again probably late September, early October, and have been practicing again since then.
I see that huge screen behind me, and I can't help but think, this is Talkin' Cookies. Let's hold cookies. So let's hold cookies.
Okay.
Let's do this. Cool. It's a moment. All right, so Kim, for those who want to be there and to see it, can you give a bit of a rundown on the schedule for the upcoming concert?
Yeah, so on December 13th at 7 p.m., all the choruses, concert choir, mixed chorus, and Mep a cappella are going to be performing.
Wow.
And then the next Wednesday, December 20th, first is the orchestra concert at 6:30 p.m., and then the band concert will be at 8 p.m.
All right, Kim, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I would like to thank everybody for watching, and if you'd like to see the upcoming concert, we will be streaming both events here on the B&B YouTube channel. So if you can't make it, or if you want to look back at it, always refer to the B&B copy of the events. I've been Charles Decker. I will be sending it over to Oliver with your Smart Cookies.
Smart Cookies.
Thanks, Charles. I'm Oliver Maz with your Smart Cookies. For today's Smart Cookies question, we have, what Christmas song was originally made for Thanksgiving?
Smart Cookies, the answer.
Jingle bells! Well, I've been Oliver Maz with your Smart Cookies, and we'll see you next time for Smart Cookies and Talkin' Cookies.